Hi everybody, this is Consuelo from Consuelo, Viola's daughter. Welcome back everybody. Uh, my second video today, and I just hope everyone is doing well, and thank you for stopping by. Would you, before we start talking about crocheting, which I'm going to talk about, the show is all about crocheting. Kindly give me a thumbs up at the bottom of the video. There's it's right in the bottom, there's little thumbs, and if you would like it, that would be perfect for me. I appreciate it, and I welcome back all my existing subscribers and all my new subscribers. If you like, you could comment, you could share, subscribe, and the way you subscribe is you just hit on the word subscribe. There's a little bell. If you hit the full colored bell, that one will give you all the notifications when I uploaded a new video. And you could always comment, which we appreciate a lot. I read all my comments. I try to answer all of them. They let me know what you think about the different subject matters or content that I put in. And if you have a question, feel free to put that question in there too. And I'll try and answer as soon as I possibly can. And thank you. Thanks for participating. Thanks for all the time that you spend with me. And I'm going to get right in because I'll spend a lot of time just thanking everybody, which I usually do. I have only a few. This is an odd and end kind of crocheting video. I have a little mini haul that I got from Michael's. I have a couple of finished products, or projects I should say, and maybe I thought you might want to see what it looks like, because I was working on one of them. I was working on for a few months, and maybe you want to see how it looks when it finally got finished. Let me show you. Oh, this is one too. This one here. This is one of my little helpers, and she has on a hat, a beanie. Let me pull her over a little more. Is she coming in frame? Yes, no, she's not too much in frame. Let me move this. Okay, so this is the basket weave beanie, and this one I followed. Is that Fiberspider? And I followed his tutorial on YouTube. And I just thought this was such an interesting crocheting pattern. And it's really easy to do. And I think it feels good. It's got nice bulk to it, even though I just used regular, this is Dollar Tree, where's where I bought the supplies, but it's actually Premier yarn, acrylic yarn. It's 4-weight, and I used a H hook. H hook is H hook is a 5.5 millimeter, 5.0 millimeter hook, and it didn't take long to make, a couple of hours. Yeah, and it may even take more hours. You know, I'm enjoying myself so much. It might have taken about 4 or 5 hours. I usually watch TV while I'm doing it, so I don't really mark the time that well. But I know I made it within a day, and I finished it. So probably at the most 5 hours. And I like the color because it was called Rust, and it's Just Yarn. They call it Just Yarn Premier. And like I said, it's 4-weight. You get about 65, I think it's 65 to 91 yards on a skein, depending on the color. Sometimes they give you more, sometimes they give you less. I use 2 skeins. And so that's one of the finish. And I love this color. This is called Rust. I bought a lot of it. I have like maybe, right now I probably have 10 or 15 more skeins of it. I have something to make that I think it might, like a poncho probably type thing, some kind of outerwear, a little jacket. So I'm reaching over here. You can't see, it's not in the frame. And let me move her out of the way because she's hogging up the space here. And this is finally finished. I think I showed it to you over the period of months, but it's finally finished. It's a baby blanket, and it's also by Premier Bloom. And let's see if I can show you the right side. This is the right side. That's the wrong side. It's made all V-stitch, and I'm sure if you've seen any of my videos before, you probably saw it coming up as a whip. But it's finally an FO. So I made a border, detailed border. Like I told you, I like wide borders. So the blanket, let me see if I can put it in frame. The blanket itself stopped here. Stopped here, where the flower, and then I started the border. And the border is a combination V-stitch and single crochet, and then it was double crochet, skipping one, which looks like a window pane. I think they call it window pane. Then I had a puff stitch, a row of puff stitch, and finally I finished it off with a row of single crochet, multiple single crochets in each one of the holes. So the border took me longer than probably most people would like, but I think it made, see, all of this is V-stitch. So this way the border was interesting, at least to me. And, you know, I made the corners. This is the corner of the borders. And it kind of, without me planning it, it's actually part of the yarn. There's a row in there that looks like flowers, or what, like the name of the yarn is called Bloom. There's a row here. Oh, my camera is being burnt out. I guess my lighting is pretty bright. And see, there's a row of flowers around it. So it went all the way around. And this is a really big baby blanket. It's not actually it's a toddler's blanket. It's not a regular size baby blanket. I believe it's 5 feet by 5 feet, approximately, give or take a couple of inches on one side and the other. And it's really soft. It's a 3-weight though. It's not a 4-weight. It's a 3-weight. And I believe I used the H. Yeah, an H, which is 5 millimeter. I do a lot of the crocheting in H's and I's. I don't use J that much. I do occasionally use J, but mostly H and I. What's that? H-I. Yeah, H and I. So this is the weave, and it's just no color correction. The yarn just does this, makes all these patterns. And so this blanket is finally in FO, and I actually love it. It's really kind of sheer, but yet it's dense enough that the baby's fingers or the toddler's fingers don't go through it. It'll make a nice cover up when they're taking their little nap, or you know, just sleeping on the couch or dragging it around, whatever it is they do with their blankets. And so so that's my FOs, the 2 pieces. And I also have a mini haul. I shopped at Michael's, and for some reason I still forgot one of the yarns I really need for a project I want to do. I want to do Ursula's shawl, Ursula with OMGrannySquares. I want to do her shawl, and you need that yarn. That's the yarn she used, and that's the one I want to get. And I always forget to order, so then I'll have to order again. So this yarn is Mandela. It's by Lion Brand. Mandela Sparkle. And I ordered 3 of them because they only have like, well, 3, that's not a little bit. It's 100 grams, 3.5 ounces, and it has 328 yards, or 300 meters. And I think you can see the sparkles, because I can see them in my camera. I'm pretty sure you can see them. They're even more sparkly, especially the dark color one shows the sparkles. So I kind of know who I'm going to give this one to. At least when I make it, that's who I'll have in mind. And I bought 3 of them. And they're Mandela Sparkle. And I got 3 of them. And I think they were some kind of sale. But it was a really good price anyway. So I got 3 of them. So I got like what, 980 something yards. So that should do for a nice either shawl or top, which is what I intend on making with this. I just like the way the purples are. They're all shades of purple. Purples, lilacs, turquoise, a dark teal kind of color. They have a gray. It looks like gray. This one doesn't have it. This one has that gray. Yeah, there's a gray in there. But one of them doesn't seem to have gray. It's probably on the inside. I'll probably find it when I'm working with it. I'm probably not going to color correct it. No, I probably won't color correct it at all. And this also I bought from Michael's that came in the order is Bunny Tracks by Ice Cream. Let me open it up so you can see what it is. Somehow when you have plastic on it, you can't see anything. You can't see the colors. The light bounces off of it and you can't see the true colors. This is, I love the name of this. This is Lion Brand's Ice Cream and it's called Bunny Tracks. And that's the color. It's pastel colors, but they're not pale. They're deep. Let me see. See there, you can see the greens and the blues. So although they're light colors, they're rich. That's the word I should use. And it has, what did they tell me to use? They suggest you use NH, which is 5 millimeters. And it has 394 yards on the skein, but it's a 3 weight. So the weight is lighter. That means I'm going to probably use more. Even though they gave me more on the skein, I'm going to use a lot. And I started making a baby blanket, and it didn't go right. It got a little wonky. So I pulled it all out. In fact, I think I almost finished pulling all of it out. And I'm going to start over again. Make something complete, a different stitch. That's what it was. The stitches were so complicated, and each row was a different stitch that I couldn't remember where I was, and I ended up picking a different needle up. I picked up a different hook. And when I did that, I changed the size and it started getting wonky. So I just took it all out. I couldn't fight with it anymore. So that was my yarn haul. Yeah, I didn't get any more yarn. I was surprised. I thought I ordered something else, but I forgot to order it. So I'll have to do another order. So that's my quick little video I put together here. Yes, there wasn't much going on in the FOs. I already showed you some of my FOs, which were done last year. But this one's I just finished, and I just did this not too long ago. And that's it. So I hope you guys are crocheting. This is a perfect weather for crocheting. And I brought all my plants in. It's cold finally here in New Jersey. We didn't get snow yet though. No snow. Maybe up in North Jersey. I don't know. I don't go up to North Jersey. So it's too far north and it's too cold. So I don't go up north. So all my plants are in. I have a big tree over there, an avocado tree over there. So I brought everything in, and everything's all nice and toasty and warm. And I'll be probably just feeding them very little bit of plant food, not much. You don't have to feed your plants in the winter. Only once, and then you don't feed it anymore until it starts growing again in spring. So I'm going to say goodbye. I'm going to cut this video short, and be kind. Keep crocheting, and walk in the beauty of the day. Oh, and by the way, don't forget, thumbs when you leave. If you didn't do it when you came in, I appreciate it. And thank you for spending time with me. And bye-bye now.